Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm gonna start my next reading vlog, and we're gonna start on Saturday. What is it? The 12th? October 12th. So, last night I did read something, so I'm gonna talk about that. But today I'm pretty much kind of starting 3 books, which is kind of ambitious. They're all different ones that I want to read partials of each day. So we will see how that goes. But anyway, so I did read my library book that came in. It was a graphic novel, Under the Oak Tree, the comic, volume 1. So this, from what I can tell, has been adapted by, or is the original story by Suji Kim, and there is a novelization as well as a graphic novel. So I really enjoyed this. This is kind of medieval fantasy-ish. There are monsters in these kingdoms. These two were kind of forced to get married for political reasons, kind of thing. And then after they get married, they have one night together, and then he is sent off to fight, and she doesn't see him for 3 years. So 3 years, she doesn't know what's going on. She's stuck at her father's house. She is not well treated there. And he comes back, and there's all these rumors that he's going to annul the marriage. And so she doesn't know how to act, and she has a stutter, and she is very kind of awkward and shy because of her upbringing, of things that happened to her, which we don't know everything, but you know, there's enough there that you know that she's gone through some stuff. And then so he comes back and takes her to his part of the kingdom, or where his the lands that he owns or whatever. So it's pretty much kind of a slow burn, kind of them getting to know each other, but it's also, there's so much stuff that they don't talk about. So I'm curious to see how this goes. I don't know how long this series is. This was the first bind up of the light is hitting that just wrong. Let me see if I can turn, maybe. Anyway, the sun's just coming, it's reflecting off my poster. That's what it's doing. That's not gonna work. Let's over here, maybe, kinda ish. Anyway, so it's really nice. I love the drawings in here, and so it took me a little bit to get used to her because she is very timid and very nervous, and I get that from things in her past, but you know, it was a little hard because it's hard for some, like for me, not having that kind of childhood and having to deal with that. But I really like this story. I'm curious to see where it goes, because again, it's not just it's not like a romance or anything. Like, it really is this, it's this whole other all this stuff is going on, and the ending was explosive. Of course, there's something that happens just at the end, and I'm like, where's the next one? So I have to look into this. I don't know if I know something was online, but I don't know if it was the novelization part or this part. But I might even buy a copy of this because it was just so good, and I really want to continue. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about Under the Oak Tree, the comic, let me know. Anyway, so I have to take this back to my library next time I go, because there were people waiting for it, because this came out in September. So they put down October. They must have got it in October, but I'm the second person to get it. I wasn't the first. Anyway. But I'm really excited that I enjoyed that. I actually really enjoyed that. But we'll see. When it doesn't even have listed when the next one comes out. So I'm like, oh no. Anyway, so okay, so that's what I've read. That had nothing to do with any of the readathons I'm working on. It was just a library book that showed up that I wanted to get read because this is it. It's popular enough that there are people waiting for it. So I needed to read it quickly, and I got it this week, Thursday? So anyway, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I really might just, I have a gift card to Amazon that I might use part of that for that. I don't know. We'll think about it. I really kind of want a copy of that, and to get, you know, any more that come out later. Anyway, so the 3 books I'm going to focus on now. So I've put aside everything else. Again, it's a mood thing. And again, two of these books were books I was going to read together no matter what. One was going to be my audiobook, and one is going to be my physical book. And I knew both of them were really long, and I thought, okay, well, if I match these up together, you know, so for this third full week of or well, the third, whatever this week is considered. I'm calling it the third week, but you know, like this next week that was all like a full week of October. I wanted to make sure I got these done this week so that next week I had more play to listen to a lot of stuff that has come in from Libby, as well as some other more my spooky books I think are going to hit next week. So this week is like the last of the big Victober ones that I want to make sure I get done. There's a couple more that I'd like to finish, as I said, like the Margaret Oliphant, and then there's an audiobook that is a partial that was on my cart of shame. I'd like to finish that too, but we'll see. So for Victober, which again, I'll have all the hosts listed down below, is Framling Parsonage by Anthony Trollope. So this is book 4 in the Barsetshire series. I have put off reading the 4th one because everybody talks about Dr. Thorne and how great it was, and I didn't enjoy it as much as everybody else. So I have been kind of hesitant to continue this series, but as I said, there's 6 books. I own them all. This one I have on audio. I think it's on the Audible Plus. I think it's Timothy West is the narrator. So I am going to listen to that. I thought I had 2 versions on mine that I accidentally bought one, but I can't find it, the second one. So I wonder if they stole it back from me or something, because I couldn't find the second version. So maybe this is the one I bought. I don't remember. Anyway, so this is one, I don't know much about this. We're going to be following Mark Roberts, who is a young clergyman who was lucky in the first, I only listened to the sample, so when he was younger, he met somebody who met a family that kind of is helping him along, like got him his position because he was a childhood friend of someone of importance. And they had Framling Parsonage was the family living that they could decide who is going to be the parsonage or whatever, however he says his name, whatever they're called. Anyway, so I don't know why this thing is so gigantic. So it's dealing with, I don't know, there might be something political, as well as, again, this is in the Barsetshire area, so I'm not sure how it all goes. Anyway, so this is I'm not looking forward to that, but I would like to get that done this week. So it's, I think it's a 20-hour audiobook almost. So, with the rate I will listen to it, hopefully I'll get it. It's 10. And so this might be where I have to force myself to listen to it an hour or 2 a day to get through it, but I'm hoping to get through it this week. So anyway, it's the one of my Victober reads I'm not excited about, but I'm going to try it anyway. If I fail on it, don't be surprised. I'm going to give it a good shot, because Anthony Trollope, I keep hoping I'm going to enjoy. And as I said, I've only done the 3 Barsetshire books, but I don't love him yet. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I mean, I was hoping to get through the series and then try some of his standalones, but I'd hate to read other ones when I'm just trying to finish the series. So we'll see what happens. And then I am going to start Into the Narrow Dark by Tad Williams. This is book 3 in The Last King of Ostenard, which is connected to Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. So this feels kind of weird, picking this up right after I finished Way of Kings, but I have been reading books on Ostenard way before Sanderson was even publishing. So, way back, because Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn was my first epic fantasy series that really gripped me. I mean, I read one before it, and I was reading one kind of at the same time as this. But this was like the series. Like, this was my favorite. It is still my favorite epic fantasy series. This last of the Ostenard world, and Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn is my favorite trilogy, even though it looks like 4 books because it's so big, the third one. Anyway, so this time he had to split up the last book. He just couldn't do it. He just can't make a trilogy. Like, he always attempts, but he always fails. So this is book 3. Book 4 is coming out in November. So this is, as I said, epic fantasy. This is following a lot of the characters and a lot of new ones, but this is following Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, this like 35 years later, and things are ramping up of kind of the aftermath of what happened in the first trilogy. So I have been really enjoying my reread. I reread Memories Are on Thorn a couple of years ago, and then this year I've been last year and this year I've been making this year I made my way through Lost King of Ostenar, the 2 books I'd read and the novella. So I am going to read book 3, which I've never read. I think I just assumed we were going to get Navigator's Children sooner, so then I would read it then, and it just didn't happen. So now that it's coming out, I'm going to read this. I should have read this a couple of years ago, but oh well. So I'm going to read this. I'm really excited. I've only read the very beginning, but I didn't read it. I actually watched Tad Williams read it online before it came out, and he does a lot of readings on his Facebook channel, or Facebook, he does some live readings like a lot of times on the weekends, and he did read the beginning of it. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens from what I remember of that, but I'm going to reread again, read to that point. And then the other book I'm going to start is Storyworthy, Engage, Teach, Persuade, and Change Your Life Through the Power of Storytelling by Matthew Dix. So this is a writing, book. And again, I'm trying to get myself back to writing more consistently, which I have not done in the last few years. So I want to get back into it. So this one's talking about how, telling stories and things like that. I heard about this last year and I bought it and I have not read it. So I'm going to at least give it a shot. I have a lot of writing books on my shelf that I have read. I could reread some of my favorites to just get myself kind of into the mood to write. But I thought I would try this one since I did buy this last year and I should really probably read it. So, but I'm not going to read it in big chunks. That's going to be something that'll be ongoing for the rest of the month probably, because I'll just read a chapter here and there. So anyway, I am going to play with my computers and not upload. I'm going to edit. No, I'm going to add and do stuff to my spreadsheets and all the stuff I read this week, because I only do it really once a week, and put all my data in for everything. And then I might play with my book journal, but we'll see. Cooper is already kind of upset, and usually they leave me alone in the morning when I do this. He'll probably go lay down. But anyway, so that's kind of it's a long start for this video. Yeah, it's just me. Anyway, I don't have any big plans for today. I'm hoping to get out to go get lunch at some point, and I might stop at Ulta because I keep forgetting. I keep putting it off that I need to go buy shampoo and conditioner. Mine's really running out. I'm really at the end. I really don't have a choice to keep putting this off. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll just come back and hopefully I'll get a lot of reading done today. That's kind of my goal since I have nothing else going on. It's really a nice clear day. It wasn't too cold out there, but I'm just gonna be home. Anyway, I will check in with you maybe later today. Just see how far, if I'm enjoying any of the books. Hopefully I'm enjoying them all. We'll see what happens. And if not, I will check in tomorrow. Okay, guys, it's about 11:10 on Saturday. So it's just a few hours later. I got all my updating of my spreadsheets and my book journal that I wanted to do. Truman's over there. Anyway, Cooper's in the other room. Anyway, so I'm probably going to go get lunch here pretty soon. I have started Into the Narrow Dark by Tad Williams. So as I'm reading this and I'm contemplating, I really want to pick up the audiobook for this, but I'm like, no, I have to read it physically first. It's just, I'm fine. I don't need the audiobook, but I have it. I bought it a while ago with the rest of them at the time. Anyway, but I'm just trying to put it off. And I'm like, well, I could listen to Framling for Parsonage for a while. And then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't want to read Framling Parsonage. I don't know. I'm already thinking of not reading that. I know. I just don't know if I feel like Trollope. So, I think I'm going to put it back on my shelf. I don't think I'm going to read it. I just don't feel like it. I know I had the plan. I was going to read this, but that's my problem, is that I'm a mood reader. And I think that book I'm just going to do a different time, maybe next year. That's not Victober, that I just pick up a classic and I just try it then. Today, no. I really think I'm going to, I really want to listen to the audiobook, but of something, when I get in the car. I don't know. I either could listen to Gothic Tales by Elizabeth Gaskell, which is one of the books that was on my cart of shame that I've never finished. I read about, I would say, a third of that, or listened to that. I have that on audio that I did for when it was the group read a couple of years ago for Victober. So I do have that to listen to. I do want to get that done this month, because again, I've knocked off 2 of the Victober reads that were on the cart of shame, and then this will be the 3rd one, and I'd like to get all those off. So, and that's why I'm afraid to start Family and Parsonage. I don't think I would finish it. I think I would DNF it. I'm already planning to maybe DNF Aurora Leigh. I will read the Rector and the Doctor's Family. I think I'm still going to read those physically. But Aurora Leigh, I just don't know if I'll ever come back to it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Now I'm like, so I have the audiobook for, as I said, for Gothic Tales. So I might do that instead. Or what I'm leaning towards is starting Varney the Vampire. So the audiobook I have is not for the full Varney the Vampire, because it's like a chunker. Because it was a Penny Dreadful and it ran for a really long time. But it does do like a part of it. It does, I think it's like a 17-hour audiobook. So, it would still be quite a long audiobook for the part that I would read. And then I would have to physically read the second half, I think, is how it works. The first half, I could find the first half on Audible. And I bought it for cheap one day. And then, but there is no second part on Audible. So I'm not sure why they would just record the first half, but not the second half. But I couldn't find it. I mean, if you guys know where the second half is of Varney, let me know. But, so that one I might have to do, like read it, or listen to it, and then read it later. I don't know. But I'm more thinking of Varney than I am of Framling Parsonage. I don't know. And again, maybe I should pick up Gothic Tales first. So this is the problem with being a mood reader, is that I try to plan, and I'm going to read this. 2 hours later, I decide, no, I'm not. I mean, this is definitely, I'm going to read this. And again, I've read 15 pages, not very long. I just haven't been here very long. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's kind of, we'll see what I decide. But I pretty much am not going to read Family and Parsonage. Oops. So, I will pick something else. I think I'm going to go for Gaskell right now. Because, they're short stories. And I'm not really into short stories. I mean, these are, as I said, it's her Gothic Tales, so there's some ghost stories and stuff, which this time of year is good. But, and again, I've read part of them, but I need to finish that book. Gaskell is a author where I really like a lot of things about her and some of her books, but I could not finish Mary Barton. I tried 3 times and I just gave up. I haven't tried Ruth or Sylvia's Lovers, and I refuse to try to read Women or Wives and Daughters until I have attempted her other novels first. So, but Gothic Tales is one of her collections that I'd like to finish before I start Ruth or Sylvia's Lovers. And once I get those done, then I can read Wives and Daughters, which maybe, another year or 2. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Gothic Tales today. We'll try that. And then maybe Varney will be my next audiobook. I don't know. But Framling Parsonage had just got vetoed. I'm not going to read that. I don't want to read that. And I'm not going to force myself. I've decided I'm not going to force anything I'm trying to get better about, you know, listening to my mood and not forcing it. So I will try to come back to that again. Another time where I'm in more of a forgiving mood to start that. Today is not that day. And, I mean, maybe, yeah. No. So, anyway, we're going to change what we're going to do. So, anyway, I will check in later if I actually do listen to an audiobook today. But again, my goal is I would love to get, I mean, I'd like to get a lot more of that done. I would like to get at least 100 pages done of Into the Narrow Dark today. I would like to get more than that. I mean, it would be awesome if I could get closer to 200. It's a 560 page book. So the closer I get to halfway, you know, that'd be cool. But I just don't know if I could read physically for that long holding this book. This book is huge and it's heavy. And the hardback is just the same. So, the ebook was too expensive. I can't justify. I've already bought the audiobook. I have the physical, the hardback, and the paperback. I just can't afford the ebook too. So, I'm going to try to read this as a setup. I want to get at least 100 pages today. My goal would be closer to 200 if I could. But we'll see how it goes. Again, I love this. Like, I'm already right back into it. Again, I've only read 15 pages, but I really want to read this. And then my audiobook, as I said, it'll be one of the Victober reads. Not going to be the one that I said I was going to read. So anyway, that is just, this is going the way I planned. But, oh well, I will check in later. Okay guys, it's the end of Saturday, so I just thought I'd do a little check-in because I did read some stuff, but I was all over the place. I didn't read quite as much as I was hoping. I don't know. So, you know, it's just a weekend thing. I don't know. I don't read that much. I mean, again, I don't know what that is about it. I made it 65 pages into the Narrow Dark. So I'm really enjoying this. Again, it picks up just where everybody was left hanging in the end of Empire of Grass. So I'm back into this. And everybody's all over the place. Again, this is multi-POV. They're all over this, you know, all the countries that we've talked about in there. It's really, Oxnard is just, it's definitely, everybody's in peril. Anyway, and what's worse is I know that there's a whole nother book after this one. And so my poor characters, all the stuff they're going through. And again, something just happened. I was like, what? So again, it's pretty early in the book too. Oh, anyway. So, I mean, again, it's so good. It's, again, it's my favorite epic fantasy series. So anyway, I am, making progress on that. When was the last time I checked in? I think, okay, I did start listening to Gothic Tales by Elizabeth Gaskell. I just listened to the next story. I was about 100 pages in, so now I'm at about 138 pages. So I listened to The Doom of the Griffins, or yeah, I think that's what it is. That was kind of a weird story. I guess I would say it was more gothic because there was kind of a curse kind of thing. And it went in directions I did not expect. Something horrible happened. I was at lunch and it happened and luckily there's only another group there, but they weren't looking at me. But I was just like, what? Because I was listening to it I put my headphones on and was listening to it while I was eating because I forgot to bring a book with me. So I was like, well, I'll just listen to it. Anyway, so the next one is Lois the Witch. And that one's like almost 90 pages. So it's a couple hours. So I will try to read that tomorrow. Again, I said, there's only So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stories left I think I have to do. So, and again, Lois the Witch is long, and so is the Gray Woman, which is the last one. Oh, that's not super long. Lois the Witch is the longest. The next ones are just kind of medium size, so, or 50 pages, and then one's only like 12, or, well, no, I guess it's a little bit more, like 16 pages. So anyway, so as I said, I have like 4 more. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this. As I said, this was on my card of shame, and this audiobook is by Olivia Forrest. So anyway, I'm hoping to get this done so that at least another book is off of my card of shame, and another Gaskell that I wanted to read and get done, which I just hadn't got around to finishing. So I'm hoping, I think it's just about 5 hours left on the audio. So I'm hoping, as I said, if I can get Lois the Witch done maybe tomorrow, then I could do the rest at work on Monday, because that wouldn't be too long. We'll see. Anyway, but I have done that. I did also start Storyworthy, and I don't know if I'm going to read this. I know it talks about the power of storytelling, and so I took it to mean like storytelling, like as in writing. But the first thing he's talking about is these story slams or something, where you tell some story that probably happened to you, but you make it, you know, you can either make it funny or sad or whatever, but you're telling a story, but not like, I want to tell like fiction. Like, I'm all for fiction. I don't want to write my story. I don't know. Boring. Anyway, so I read the introduction and the first chapter when he kind of talks about his promise to us. Anyway, so I'm going to read maybe a chapter or 2 more and see if it grabs me. It didn't from the beginning, because right away I'm going, oh, this is not the right kind of storytelling I want to deal with. But I've already bought this. It's here. I'm going to try it a little bit farther, but I've only got like 23 pages in. I was just like, I don't want to read any more today. So hopefully tomorrow I will try to read chapter 1 or chapter 2, or chapter 2 or 3. You know, 2 is what I'm on, and then 3 maybe as well, and see how it goes. But I'm not sure this is the book I was hoping it was going to be. And then tonight, I kind of took a little break and was just watching BookTube, and then I decided to pick up Director by Margaret Oliphant. So it is, okay, so the Executor that I read the other day is point 5 in the Chronicles of Carlingford series. And then there are 6 books afterwards. But the first one is, again, another short, is kind of, well, I would say it's almost short stories, like 32 pages long. And The Rector is technically book number 1. So that's the one I read 7 years ago. It was one of my first Victober reads. I checked the date. I was like, I finished it on the 4th so of October that year. So I didn't remember anything. When I was reading it, I'm like, I don't remember this. So yeah, there's a reason why I do a lot of rereading. But anyway, it was just a short story, really, about this rector who comes to Carlingford because the last one has passed away. So he gets the living, and he is trying to fit in, but he's been in academia for so long that he's not ready to take on the responsibility of being a rector for a community. And you just see him struggle and his decisions that he makes from that. Some of the things in here, I'm like, why would you think that? But I felt kind of bad for him, but I can see why I didn't continue on at the time, because again, I read that as an ebook. And I didn't have The Doctor's Family at the time. So anyway, so there's only one more story in here, which is longer than both of those. The Doctor's story is about 130 pages. So I'm hoping that's that much of it. So I'm hoping to read that here in the next week or 2 at some point. I want to make sure I can at least get through this collection. I am counting them each individually, since I did read The Rector 7 years ago, and I'm just going to count that, and then because I can. And it's in a series, so I'm marking it off on my series tracker. And did I put that on my series tracker? I know I put it in my book journal. I'll have to check that tomorrow. I thought I did, but now I don't remember if I actually put that in there. Anyway, I will. It'll be in there because now I've read 2 of the 7 things. And again, I hope to have the first 3, all the small ones done, and then it's all the big novels. But it was, as I said, I don't hate her writing. And again, her characters come to life. I mean, you could just feel it. I was so mad at one of the characters because I'm like, stop that. But it was just a teasing. And I was just like, you're just going too far. Anyway, but it was, anyway, I think, again, I'm interested to read a bigger story from her than these short ones. So we'll see. As I said, I'm still going to do the 130-page one, The Doctor's Family. And then, as I said, maybe next year I will pick up one of the novels that come after that. But anyway, I'm hoping to finish that at some point. So that is what I've read tonight. I don't think I'm going to read much more. It's after 9. I just don't know if I want to read anymore. If I do, I'll try to pick up Into the Narrow Dark, but I don't know. I kind of think I'm done for tonight. I didn't really, as I said, I didn't read that much as I thought I would today. But that's fine. So tomorrow I will, as I said, my main priority will be Into the Narrow Dark. And I hope to read Lois the Witch, if I can, to get farther through Gothic Tales. And then maybe make a decision on Storyworthy. And then hopefully, I'll just make some progress on everything. Because I don't have any plans on Sunday at this point. I don't have to go do anything. I do have to cook something in the crock pot. But anyway, I will get to that at that time. So anyway, that's my check-in for now. Yeah, this is going to be one of the long videos. Anyway, because even though I finished, something, I'm not going to post this until I finish one of the bigger books. Maybe when I finish Gothic Tales. Because Into the Narrow Dark is going to be a while. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Maybe tomorrow will be an audiobook day and I just finish off I don't know. I really want to read Into the Narrow Dark. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I will check in tomorrow. Hey guys, so I'm just going to do a quick update on, it's Sunday morning. It's like 8 o'clock. I've already gone and got coffee. The dishes are running, the dishwasher is running. Anyway, I am in a really weird mood. So I don't have to do anything today. I did the dishes. I'm going to do the laundry after that's finished running. And then I'm going to cook dinner tonight. I'm making some kind of thing I saw online. Anyway, I'm going to try it's a kind of a spaghetti dish. Anyway, point is I don't have to do anything. I could maybe clean my house a little bit more. Who wants to do that? Anyway, but I don't have like anything that I have to do. I don't have to go grocery shopping. My brother's just going to pick up the one item that I need, because he's going now. So I don't need to, this is great. I have nothing to do. And yet my brain is already kind of like, you have all day to do whatever, and I can't decide what I want to read. Now, again, I have started like 4 books, or I'm in the middle of 4 or 5 books, and I don't want to read any of them right now. Like, it's weird. Like, I have all this time, and so I should think, oh, I should make progress on all the books I'm reading. And then my brain goes, no, start something new, or do something else, or I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. And again, this is the life of a mood reader. Okay. So, I did listen to a little bit of Lois the Witch, by Elizabeth Gaskell. I'm already just like, I don't want to read this right now. I only read, probably about 10 pages, or it was in the car. I just listened to it to and from the coffee place. So, I already can see this is just going to be heartbreaking, and I just don't know if I'm up for that today. So I'm probably not going to listen to Gothic Tales, although I thought I was going to get that done maybe today or tomorrow. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I don't feel like reading The Doctor's Family yet, so that'll be later. I might read a little bit of Storyworthy to make a decision on this book. So there is that. I still kind of have that feeling to do that. Because if not, then I might pick a different writing book to pick up. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then again, I want to read Into the Narrow Dark, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on how I want to read this. Like, I want to read it, but the pages, I didn't show you this, but like there's a lot of words. I mean, again, it's no problem. It's the way that they printed this, but like it takes me twice as long to read a page in this book than it does like in any other book that I have or that I've been reading recently. So it's like, it's just kind of disheartening when 30 minutes go by and I've read 14 pages. But I do want to continue with this today. I don't know how much I'll get done today, but I also feel I might tandem read with the audiobook. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But I'm kind of iffy. I do want to do this, but just not this early. So again, I have all this time and I don't know what to do. My cats are running around. I don't know. So anyway, I don't know how this is going to look. This might be a day where I have all this time and I don't do anything. It might be one of those days. I thought about, well, maybe if I watch a movie or do something different. I don't watch that many movies anymore. I still haven't watched Dune Part 2 and I still need to rewatch Dune Part 1 before I do that. But I still keep putting that off. I don't know why. I mean, again, I could always just start The Lord of the Rings over. My favorite series on for watching. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today. I wish I could say I'm going to get all this stuff done. And right now I don't. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, seriously, it's 8:06. And I am like, I'm already like, nothing's going to happen today. I'm not going to do anything. Does anybody else have those kind of days? Why is it on a Sunday when I have all this time and I could get stuff done? Or I could get a lot of reading done. And right now I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get much done at all today. I don't know. It's not like I'm dreading Monday yet. It's still too early for that. It's coming. But I don't know. So I just thought I'd give you a heads up to today. I might not get much done, except I'm literally, just want to talk about it, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I keep looking around going, I don't know. And I have other books that I really want to get to, but I don't want to keep starting books and not finishing things. And again, I need to get through. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just thought I'd give a heads up that either I'm not going to get anything done today, or I could get on a roll and read something that wasn't even on the immediate TBR. I guess we'll see. Anyway, I just thought I'd give a heads up. Yeah, when I can't get myself to read or play video games or anything else, I resort to The Lord of the Rings. So we'll start a rewatch. Okay, so it is many hours later. I did watch Fellowship of the Ring and really enjoyed it. I did not go on to the 2 hours. I will save that for the next time that I'm having a meltdown. Anyway, this morning, I just felt so weird. So anyway, I have the extended versions, of course, because I'm that kind of fan of the original The Lord of the Rings. So I watched that, and then I had a lot of fun because I don't often watch The Lord of the Rings and pay attention. A lot of times I'm reading or doing other things. I usually have it more of a background kind of thing, but because I wasn't feeling like reading and I just wasn't looking at my phone, I pretty much watched that movie for the first time in a little while of actually paying attention. So it was good. It was great. Anyway, I will watch Two Towers probably in the next week or so. We'll see. Anyway, then, so it was like mid-afternoon, my laundry was running, and I did read quite a big chunk of Into the Narrow Dark. So I am now at 230 41 pages. So I am 41% of the way through. I did crack and use the audiobook, but I was reading along. So it's a tandem read now. So I just had to. I don't know. It was that kind of reading day, and I just have decided, well, whatever. It's working. I love Andrew Wincott's narration, and I'm just so into that. I knew that would be a problem when I did my rereads by the audio, that I would want to continue, and I did. And I just, well, whatever. I'm still really enjoying this. So many things are happening. My poor characters, and I'm really worried about one of them, because somebody's doing something bad, and and then another one just got into peril. I'm just like, it hurts. And I know that I still have a book and a half of this whole story. So we'll see how this goes, as I said. So I'm making progress. I still have about 10 hours of my listening time. So, again, I do it at 2 times speed. So, really there's like 20 hours left of the audio, because it's like a 36-hour audiobook. So I have, as I said, so I think so tomorrow, if it's a good day for listening to audiobooks, I might get to listen to some of this at work. We'll see how this goes. If not, when I get home, I'll listen to it. I'd like to do another good chunk. I don't know if I can do like 5 hours though. I'm gonna say that I would like to get 3 hours done a day. 3.5. Oh, I don't know. How am I gonna get what did I say? It was almost 10 hours. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to get at least some. So, oh, this is so good. As I said, this is like, and it's the first time I'm reading this one, and because the other ones were rereads, but I didn't remember everything, so it was still kind of shocking sometimes because I forgot. And this one is like things from the other books are coming through, and I'm not sure where it's going to go, and I'm like, no, don't do that, and I don't know what's going to happen. As I said, all my characters are in peril. I mean, that's kind of how this is. Anyway, but I'm really, really enjoying this. So anyway, that's going to be my update. As I said, I still have an hour or so before bedtime. I did cook the spaghetti dish. I'm not sure if I liked it a huge amount, but I tried it, and now that'll be my lunches for the rest of the week. I have a couple extras. Actually, I have like 7 meals left because I broke it up that far. So, like, because it was in like a 9 by 12 pan. I had to think about what was the other dimension. Anyway, so it'll be my lunches all week, and then probably some of my dinners if I eat all of it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it was okay. It wasn't perfect. But anyway, that's kind of it. As I said, I have another hour, so I'm probably not going to read much because I'm tired now. I'm just going to watch some BookTube and just do with that. So, again, overall, I got over 100 and, it looks like 100 and, almost 170 pages today on Into the Narrow Dark. So that was actually really good for that, because my gosh, there's a lot of words on these pages. These pages are long and then there's a lot of words. He's wordy. I know that. Anyway, but I am really enjoying that. So we'll see what happens. But now that I've made that my audiobook, I put aside Gothic Tales, as I said. I'll come back to this. I still need to read that this month. And then I still can't start any of my audiobooks from the library because I'm now listening to Into the Narrow Dark. So we'll try to get Into the Narrow Dark done, as I said. I would say 2 or 3 days. 3 days, I'm hoping. Okay, I'm hoping by Wednesday I'm done. If I can get done by Tuesday night, I will be surprised and really happy. But we'll see how it goes. It matters how much I get done at work, and then how much when I get home I want to listen. We'll see what happens. Anyway, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm not going to stop. This is I want to get this done. And, because again, I should have read this 2 years ago when it came out, but I did not. I was bad. Anyway, I think that's it for now. So anyway, I will check in later, because again, I still haven't finished anything. So the vlog continues. I finished The Rector, but that doesn't really count. It was like a 32-page short story, novella-ish. It was short. Anyway, so we will see what happens. Anyway, I'll see you guys. As I said, tomorrow I have to exercise. I'm in week 6, so it's 30 minutes 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will be getting up early to do the treadmill. So hopefully I'll make it through the 30 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm making it through that. We'll see how. Anyway, okay, I'll check in later or tomorrow. Okay, guys, I made it through Monday at work. Oh my gosh, it was a long day, but it was like really quiet. So, I got a lot done and I wasn't interrupted as much as normal. I was interrupted during my lunch, but that's typical. Anyway, so I did get up and exercise this morning. 30 minutes kind of hurt me. I wasn't ready for that extra 5 minutes. I don't know. It just it made such a difference. Cooper, what do you but I made it through. Anyway, I did it. Anyway, so as I said, this week is 3 times I do 30 minutes. So again, anyway, so everything else is fine. And again, today was really a nice day, but it's starting to cloud over now. And so it's going to be a little rainy the next couple days. So when I didn't do half the stuff I was going to do, oh well, I'll just do it another day. I did have to go to the library and pick up a book and take back that comic that I got, or the graphic novel I got. Anyway, so I made really good progress in Into the Narrow Dark. Because it was so quiet and nobody was really there at the shop, it was kind of quiet. It was nice. So I have got to 432 pages. So I actually got, between my drive to work and then the couple errands I had to do after work, as I said, I went to the library. I got 200 pages done today. I'm actually stunned because this book is so long. So I did over 6 hours altogether. As I said, I was working. It was a lot of stuff that I wasn't on the phone, or I didn't have to write as many emails, but I got stuff done. Anyway, I'm really surprised at how much I got done. Anyway, and so many things happened. This has already made me cry once. And I'm afraid for the end because, again, all my characters are in peril. And some of them are in worse situations than they were earlier. Oh my gosh, this book is just a roller coaster. Like, every time I think, okay, it's calm for a little bit, then something else happens to one of the other characters. And you're like, no. And then he goes off and talks about somebody else. And you're like, no. He is epic cliffhangers all the time throughout the books. And the end of the book probably will be epic cliffhangers, usually in all his books. So, and again, I have to wait just over a month for the new book. Well, I think the new book comes out November 12th, but with shipping and stuff, I probably won't get it till the end of the week, it matters how Barnes & Noble ships shit. Anyway, sorry. I am really enjoying this, and I can't express how it's hard, because I know there's so many epic fantasy series out there that everybody loves, and this one there's a lot of stuff to this that I just love. The Ostenard world, and again, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn is my favorite trilogy. And then The Last King of Ostenard. These books have been really, really good. And I'm just so glad that, we're going to get the conclusion soon. Because, again, everybody is in peril. Like, just the shock factor I've had a little bit in what's happening to everybody. And I don't know where this is going. Because, again, I still have, I have 125 pages. Yeah. So I have 125 pages left. And then, I have a whole nother book. So I don't know I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to get the 125 done tomorrow. I'm not going to read any more tonight. I've already done enough tonight. I'm going to try to start to read something physically. I'm going to either start Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. This is the book I got for my, spinning wheel for Chance. So I should probably start that at some point. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to read anything for Victober right now. I think I need a little break after a couple of the other ones. I mean, I could, but I think I'm going to take a break. We'll see what happens with that. So I could read this. I have gone through my collection looking for a book that is 475 pages to 524 pages that I needed for the Dice Roll Roulette. And every book I pick up is too short or too long. And again, I only have a few options. So the book I thought I was going to read, I found one and I got the audiobook from the library because I was the next on the list. And then I get the book and I open it and it's only 464 pages. So I'm like, well, I can't read that. So that one's stumping me. I'm still having trouble with that because I really now have the sequel to this one, The Shadow Cabinet, or I have like 2 other options. I just don't have any options in this really funny page range for that. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to read right now. Again, it's almost 6. As I said, I just got home a little bit ago and had dinner. I have leftovers for days. Anyway, which luckily it heats up really well. So that spaghetti dish I made. So that's good. What else? Oh, tomorrow I have to get up early, so I don't get to sleep in tomorrow. Like, well, not sleep in, but sleep to my old normal time before exercise. Because I have an appointment, a mammogram appointment. I called today because I was like, oh, I think it's about this time I did it last year. And I had gotten a letter, but I forgot what date it was for. And it turns out that I had done it last year on the 11th. So I was able to schedule it. And they said, oh, we have an opening at 6:45 tomorrow in the morning. Okay, so I have mine at 7 and I have to be there at 6:45. So I have to get up early. Like I was going to get up to exercise, but I'm going to go to the clinic at the hospital where they have the mammogram. Anyway, so, yeah, well, not what I planned, or I was going to have to do it. Like I just didn't expect to get an appointment the next day. Anyway, but I'll get it done. Anyway, so I think that's it. I've chatted enough. Anyway, so I will, unless something, like I make a decision today about what I'm physically reading, I don't know if I'll come back, but I know I'll come back tomorrow. And then I'll talk about I'm sure I'm going to finish Into the Narrow Dark tomorrow. Like there is no, even if for some reason tomorrow is really busy at work, I'm still going to come home and finish that book tomorrow. I've already listened to so much today. And I just like, I need a break. And, but it's so good. Like, it's just every time I think about putting it down or stopping it, something would happen and then I'd keep reading it. So I was just like, I really enjoy it. And again, I really love the way Tad Williams writes and his characters and things. And again, as I said, I cried at work. And it wasn't on my lunch break either. So it was kind of embarrassing, but luckily nobody saw me. But I did cry at one point, and I'm not going to give spoilers of why I cried, but I did. I cried. And I have a feeling that it might happen again before the end of this book. So anyway, I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to just watch a little booktube and maybe start that book. I could also, I don't know what I'll read. I don't know. We'll see. I've done already, as I said, I've already done 200 pages in a really dense book. So we'll see how I feel. Anyway, maybe Cooper will calm down here a little bit once I stop talking. So anyway, isn't he cute? Aren't you cute? Yes, you're cute. So anyway, I'll show you Truman. And there's Truman. That was the box he's been sitting in a lot. It's my shoe box. Anyway. Yeah, could you get away from my drink? Okay, just quick update. I fell asleep just here for a second ago, so anyway, I gotta go to bed. I, of course, went off script, because that's just what I do. I have decided to DNF Storyworthy. This is not it's not a writing book. It's talking about storytelling, but I think you could use it also for written stuff. And I think it will go into stuff that talks about it, but I don't want to tell stories to people. And I'm not up for learning new ways to tell my story. This is not the kind of stories I want to tell. I don't want to tell stories about myself, and I don't want to tell stories about other people that are real. Like, it's just not for me. Anyway, not for me. I'm just going to sell it, or, take it when I return books or get rid of books or whatever. It just wasn't for me. Anyway, I did try that, and I had made that decision. I did start my library book that I just got. The Full Moon Cafe Shop by Mai Mochizuki. This is translated from the Japanese by Jesse Kirkwood. So again, another Japanese translated work. I know I have some Korean ones that I want to do soon, but I haven't. This one just came in at the library. I nearly bought this last month when I bought some books at Powell's. It was on their first, their sale. They were like 20% off, and but I didn't want to buy a little hardback. I'm just not normally would buy that. So anyway, so I asked for it from my library, and it took a month or so to get for me to my turn to come up. So I have the book now. I read about 64 pages. I think this is just over 230 pages, something like that. Anyway, this is very much one of those kind of, again, I'm only partway through it. I don't know how it's going to go for the whole story, but right now we're following a woman who is in her 40s, and she has had really good success when she was younger as a scriptwriter, and things have kind of gone downhill. She's not able to sell anymore, so she has to make other decisions with what to write, or, whereas she's, not doing what she wants to do. And she gets told that there is this cafe called the Full Moon Cafe or coffee shop that only appears on the full moon. And so she decides, well, she's kind of in town, and she's like, oh, I'll just kind of go look. I don't need to, I might not go in or anything. But then it turns out to be something kind of different. And it's run by some cats. So I'm not going to go into really, it's just, again, it's one of those magical realism kind of weird stories or stuff. And again, I do like them. And I do like Japanese with cat stories anyway. So this one's just another one of those where the person who's telling the story is kind of looking at their life, and and they're getting advice from somebody that you wouldn't normally get advice from. Anyway, so far so good. Like, I don't love it, but it's not bad. Like, it's kind of interesting. I guess it's it's another one of those bestsellers from Japan. So anyway, this will be my physical read until I finish it. Not so much because there's people waiting for the book. It's more just tonight, that's the book I would gravitate towards, and so I picked it up, since I just picked it up today. So we'll get that done. Anyway, so I'll make more progress on it maybe tomorrow. I mean, again, I'm gonna finish this tomorrow, but this is gonna be my physical read until that's done. Maybe. I don't know, my reading's all over the place. Okay, so so I will check back in with you on Tuesday. Hey guys, so it is, sorry, my hair is just hard hat hair. Sorry, it's, I am so tired. I just fell asleep on the couch. Okay, so anyways, it is Tuesday. Sorry, it is Tuesday evening. It's like after 7, and I meant to finish this vlog up after I ate, and then I just crashed. It was because I had to get up so early to go do the mammogram. Got that all done. Got to work. I was only like 5 minutes late for work, which, I mean, he knew I was going to be late, my boss. So really, I thought I was going to be like an hour or a half hour late. But I got there but they were so quick. I mean, being there first thing in the morning. And again, I got there early. So anyway, point is, I'm tired. So, and again, I'm not going to stay up very much later because I got to get up and exercise. But I did finish Into the Narrow Dark by Tad Williams. This was just amazing. Overall, I just, yeah. Once we got to the end of this, for a little bit of today's reading, I was kind of like, where's this going? Because again, I know I have a whole nother book that's coming out in a month. And I'm like, I mean, I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong, but I was like, what is going on? Because of what happens at the end of this book. Like, you know, there's a battle scene and stuff, which, you know, there's so much stuff happening. And then the ending was so surprising on where it went and how a lot of the characters got, you know, were left in peril, as I said. But something happened and you're like, wait, what? And then, so there's been hints of something going on that'll be in the last book, but man, I'm still not sure where that's going for sure, but it so opens up so many questions of stuff that we've heard little bits and pieces about, and I don't know where it's going. And it's just, wow, I just adore this fantasy series again, as I said. It is my favorite for epic fantasy, and as I said, this is book 3, so that's why I'm not being specific about anything, is because it is book 3. Anyway, so oh, this was just fantastic, and I'm glad I got it done as quickly as I did. I'm actually surprised I was able to get this done in 4 days, because usually his books take me quite a bit longer. But yesterday I got such a big chunk done. I mean, today I didn't have quite as much left. I had under 4 hours on the audio, but it was so good. And, it took me all day. It was almost, I think it was pretty late in the afternoon before I got to it. Horrible work though. There's a pipe that burst, so we lost water about around lunchtime. And, so what did I take for lunch? Because I had gone to my mammogram, so I couldn't take anything frozen or out of the refrigerator when I left this morning. I thought, oh, I'm going to be so smart, and I just took a cup of noodles and stuff. So we didn't have any water. Anyway, so I didn't have lunch. I mean, I ate a couple of the snack stuff, but not even then. I didn't. So I was starving when I got home tonight. Anyway, but point is that it was not a fun afternoon because we couldn't, we had to go use because we have construction and things. There were, porta potties. Those are not fun. I do not like doing that. So anyway, I'm hoping by tomorrow they'll have it fixed. Anyway, sorry. Small problems, I know. But it made it very uncomfortable. Anyway, so the point is that, this was really good. I'm so glad I finally got to this. I don't know why. I mean, I'm pretty sure the reason I put this off is because I didn't have the last book. And again, I am so excited that I only have to wait a month before the next one where I get the next one. So, that is for sure happening in November. There's no way that when I get that book, I won't be starting that as soon as I get it. Oh, it was so good. I'm so, again, there's so many surprises in here. Again, everybody is left in a different situation, and they're all kind of connected, but, not, some of the lines kind of cross, and some of the things in the end, it was just good. Okay, I'm done, raving about that. Anyway, so, as I'm going to close this up really quick, I am still reading The Full Moon Coffee Shop by Mai Mochizuki, translated by Jesse Kirkwood. So again, I'm about 80 some pages. I got to 86 pages. I read a little bit more when I was waiting for my mammogram because I was there early. Anyway, I am enjoying this. It's kind of, I don't think it's really what I thought, but it is split up into 3 different stories. They're connected, but I'm not sure how. I mean, they're connected through this weird coffee shop. But anyway, so I will talk more about that later. And then I did start another audiobook before leaving work, because I did have still an hour and a half or something when I left work. And then I listened to it a little bit this evening, or on the way home and stuff. Where is... I don't know why it's turning sideways. And I started, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I'm just going to mention I did, oh gosh darn it. I did start Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. So I have the audiobook from the library right now. So this is definitely, well, this first book is very comedic, kind of apocalyptic, but Carl is one of only a few million humans who are left after something happens, and they are kind of put into this game situation where they have to fight in levels and level up, and so it's like a game, like a a in-person live game kind of thing. And he and his girlfriend's cat are there, and Princess Donut. So it's really funny, but I don't know if it's for me. Like, I hear so many people talk about the whole series, and I'm like, how can you handle more than one book of this? So we'll see. I'm about 25% of the way through it right now. So I'm hoping to get quite a bit done tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. But that was just one of my library books that came in that has like so many people waiting for it that I want to get it done so I can give it back. And then we'll see what happens after that. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to close out this really long vlog because, again, I finished The Rector, but I meant that was a reread, and it isn't really it's any of the books that I finished. But I did get, as I said, I got Into the Narrow Dark done, and I got a little bit done on 2 other books. So anyway, I will talk to you guys in the next vlog. I don't know. We'll see. I might have 1 or 2 books in that one. So it might be really quick if I finish the Full Moon Coffee Shop and Dungeon Crawler Carl. We'll see how that goes. Later.